Okay, recording start. So, welcome to the Phoenix Holdings AMA. So we have NFT development team here,
Cheers.
and uh, before you guys discuss about the project, why don't you introduce yourselves, your team, and your role in the project?
Yep. So my name's Ruben. I've been involved in crypto for just over a year now. I got involved in just mainly tier one projects, um, including the likes of Harmony One uh, and a few others. Anyway, done pretty well off that, and then I discovered this scene. So I pulled some money out and headed over to the dark side, and yeah, learned my way around that. Met a lot of good friends during this process. In my normal life, I run a few companies. I'm an automation engineer, so I do a lot of large commercial, like airports and that, automating lights and all sorts of kiosks. Um, so other than that, I met um, a lot of good friends within this space, and yeah, we've just got together ever since then and started investing together in solid projects, making some good money. Cashed out about well, when it dipped, I can't remember when that was, maybe 2 months ago. I never actually thought I'd get back into the scene because it was too messy. But then I thought, well, then I might as well give it another go. But the only way that we're going to do it is if we create a legit use case project, because it's different now. It's not like what it used to be. You can't just ape and make money. There's too much tokenomics. There's too many rug pulls these days. So to be safe, we've created this project here with a real world use case. And Catherine, she can't speak at the moment, but she works as a quantity surveyor in a large commercial construction company. But she's on another meeting at the moment as well, so she'll jump back on when she can.
Hmm. So that's it's only between the two of you in the core group.
No, in the core group, there's 12 of us.
Okay, okay. So thank you for the introduction. Please tell us about your project then.
Yep. So when I decided to come back into the scene, I thought, well, there's multiple routes that we could have chosen to start a token. It could have been a shitcoin, which has no real use case, but then you've got to build some real hype behind it. And I just thought, well, that's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to have sustainability. We're not going to last a long period of time. So then I started going down the NFT route, and I thought, well, yeah, we can build NFTs, but then, other than it being a picture on the internet, it's pretty much just like the value is based off what you put the value as. Um, so I thought, well, how about we just go seek some legal advice and see if we can turn these NFTs into representing real world assets. So within New Zealand and Australia, we've got the go ahead. We've got to fulfill a few things before we can actually set our platform. But we can actually get NFTs to represent real world assets, fractional shares, percentages of assets that we hold, whether it's digital or whether it's real estate or whether it's anything like that. We can do it. So that's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to uh, create. Well, not trying. We're going to create NFTs that represent real world assets. So much like digital assets, when you mint I don't even know what an NFT, like what type of NFTs are there, but say you mint a crypto punk or whatever, and you mint a rare crypto punk. Well, instead of it just being a rare crypto punk, then it's going to be a larger shareholding of that investment portfolio that we hold. So, for instance, say we buy 10 Bitcoin and we put out 10 NFTs. One of those NFTs will hold a larger share. You happen to mint that NFT, you've got a larger share of that Bitcoin pool that we hold. That's what we're trying to do.
Interesting. Okay, before I dive into your project, are you the developer of the contract, or are you going to hire a third party?
Yeah, so we've got a few people, the team that I'm involved with. I've got Trinos on board. So he's actually written our contract. He's gonna deploy it. Their contract is changing daily, and it's not the details in behind the contract that's changing. it's the hard cap and soft cap that's changing because we're getting so much hype. Um, those are the only things that change. We've also got another group of devs that's worked on our NFT platform. So I've paid for an NFT platform myself, and it's created. So we'll have an NFT platform on launch. We'll also have 1,000 set of NFTs. The NFTs aren't going to represent any type of assets yet because we need to sort the back end out to get the legality of those NFTs realized into real world assets for a start before we even go down that route. But we do have an NFT platform ready now. We do have 1,000 NFTs ready now. And so we've got 3 devs on board.
Okay, okay. And I can't find the tax of the token on your website or your white paper. Can you please discuss about the tax, the buy
Yeah.
and
So
sell
for
tax?
us, yeah. So uh, I've been studying a lot of tokens, and a lot of the tokenomics that people put in is like, if I'm just going to say it, it's rubbish. It's trap really. But what we are going to do is we're going to for on launch we're going to have anti-bot measures in place with blacklisting. First 2 blocks, you're gone. If you try to snipe those first 2 blocks, you're out. Um, After that, we're going to have um, just the standard 15% tax. So 15% tax buy and sell, and then we're going to have a happy hour every day. So we're going to limit that tax for buying to the bare minimum, but we're going to raise our sell tax for that happy hour.
Okay, and what will be the breakdown of the 15%?
So the 15%, we're going to have 5% going to the dev wallet. We're going to have 2% reflections. We're going to have 5%, 2% reflections. We're going to have 3% going to liquidity, and then the other 5% we're going to go to marketing wallet. And the reason why we're going to do that is because we can determine from there whether we can carry out manual buybacks. We can do all sorts of things like that. But we also want to build up our own team wallet so that we can start buying these investments for our token.
What can you please explain what kind of investment are you talking about?
Real estate.
Oh, real estate. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so did you guys do a private sale, or are you planning to do a
Yes.
private sale?
Private sales gone. Me and my friends, we put 100K in.
100K in dollars.
Yeah.
Okay, and what will be the uh, uh, percentage of supply that you're getting from that private
ten
sale?
percent 10%.
10%. And are you going to be vested?
Yes, yes. The reason why we chose our group of friends was so that we held a floor. We don't want to let anybody in. We don't want to take money off anybody that's just going to get a 2x, 3x off us and then dump the chart. Because as soon as our chart dies, all of our plans are gone. So hence why we want to keep the private sale in house with trusted people that I've met over the year. And then we can start working on. Plus, we've got some money in the back pocket for marketing already. It's just sitting in the wallet, waiting to get put to use.
Hmm. Well, that is better to hear than doing the private sale and opening it up for public. Yeah, because
Yeah,
these people will just dump on you.
yeah, they
Right.
do.
So a few questions in the marketplace itself before I open the questions or the floor to others to ask their
Mm,
own questions. Uh, so you will mint your own NFTs, correct?
yes.
And okay, and uh, so on the platform, will you implement a fee for the transactions, like for the buy or for the buy and for the sell?
So for now, there's no fees because it was just a logistical nightmare. We don't have a fee at the moment. It's just gas fee at the moment.
Oh,
But moving on, but moving on into the future, yes, we've got to have some type of fee. It won't be a large fee. Because any type of revenue towards any holders or token holders or anybody within the team, within our investors, it'd just be wise just to put a little fee on there. so that we can help boost our bags to
Mm,
retain
and
to retain that
yeah,
to retain our
so
economics
the
going forward.
yeah, so the revenue of the marketplace, you will use it for development, buybacks,
Oh,
or
100%, 100%, 100%. Yeah.
okay, okay. And in the future, are you going to implement a listing fee? Like if I list my NFT, are you going to charge me?
No, no.
No. Okay.
We'll just do transaction fees. Listing fee, I don't think that we should be pinging people that want to utilize our platform. I mean, if you want to grow, you've got to put incentives in to attract people. Eh?
Okay. And
Yeah.
you mentioned in your white paper that you're planning to go multi-chain.
Yes.
So
So
is that only for the marketplace, or are you also going to launch a different token on the other blockchain?
yeah, I think that we're going to have to go down a different token. I mean, if we can launch a token on Ethereum, that's huge. You know, um, we will implement some type of cross chain on our NFT platform, but I want to get it right. Um, you hear people saying, "Oh, yeah, we're going to create an NFT platform. I'm working one within 2 weeks." Well, that's impossible. I've never even heard of it. I've been talking with a lot of developers at the moment, a whole team of them, regarding what we want to achieve with our platform, and it's 3 months minimum. So for now, we've got a viable working product that people should be happy with on launch that we can utilize, and then we can transfer across all of our NFT holders onto the new platform once we upgrade our current platform and implement all the systems that we want to achieve.
Okay. And is the marketplace going to be fully decentralized, or
Yes,
you'll have
yes.
people managing it? It's
No, no, no.
decentralized.
Yeah. It's decentralized. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how are you going to manage the issue with copyright? Like, some people, if there's no one managing it, then they can just uh, uh, get a picture of a celebrity and put it in, or maybe steal an artwork from a project or so from someone, and then they'll just list it as their own NFTs in the marketplace.
Yeah. So with the real world assets, you got no problems there because it'll be the actual token address and behind the NFT that represents that asset. So there's no issue there because we'll be pegging in not the NFT but the code and behind that NFT. We'll be pegging that in. But as far as like the pictures go, so what we're going to go down is we're not going to go down the route of holding. We're going to hold real world assets. So we're going to have no issues with copyright with regard to somebody's copied our NFT, pasted it into OpenSea, and then saying that that NFT represents that. We'll hold a database which can show all of our assets bought, all of the contract numbers that represent our assets bought. So, and we'll pin that all over our social media. We'll pin that everywhere so that it gets in front of people, so that they know while they're actually buying the real thing, or they're not going to buy the real thing. As far as digital, yeah, you're right. They can just copy paste the picture. With regard to the likes of CryptoPunks, and that you can just copy paste and then pitch it yourself. We'll have to work. We'll have to work in with. We're not going to have many of those, to be honest. We're only going to have the first 1,000 that's going to release like that. But we'll work in with somebody and get them to uh, help us with regard to copywriting what we have. But we've also got all of the base documents. We've got all of the everything that we need that we've created these pictures with the first 1,000. So we can utilize that. We can store that. We can copyright all of that. That's all we can do.
Oh, gotcha. Uh, ca- again, can you clarify? You're going to list real world asset in your marketplace?
Yeah. So basically, we're going to start a company here, right? So we're going to build all our money up. We're going to build our money up. Say we get to 2 million. Well, that's enough for us to start developing something here in New Zealand. The company NFTD will realize that money and build a real world asset. Okay. And then we'll pin our NFTs. So we'll create, say, 100 NFTs for that one development. We'll pin those 100 NFTs with different percentages of fractional shares of that real world asset, and then we'll put it onto our marketplace for minting. So the NFT is a shareholder. But sorry, for one thing there, for the real world asset part, we'll talk to our lawyer, is that you have to KYC, unfortunately, for that, because it just makes sense to
You have to
KYC for real
KYC
world assets for that. So
in order for them to list or
yeah,
an asset. Yeah, okay.
yeah, that's right. So, but to we're going to diversify our portfolio anyway. So we're going to have non KYC listings and KYC listings.
Okay, and how are you going to handle the payment method? Are you going to are you going to be are you going to like hire a third party payment provider, or you're going to handle it yourself?
For
The payment method of the, like, how are you going to accept the fiat, or is it fully crypto?
for the NFTs.
Yeah, and for also the assets.
Oh yes, okay. So for the assets, well, because we'll be buying the assets, so we've got to turn that into fiat. We've got to turn that into real money, which we can do. But for accepting NFTs, we're just going to utilize our native token.
Also, you need to buy the native token to purchase
Yeah,
NFTs in your
yeah,
marketplace.
yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
that will create buy pressure.
yeah, by pressure. But at the moment, because we're going to launch, at the moment we're just utilizing BNB, the upgraded platform that we're going to install. Yeah, we're going to do it all native token. So because what we want to do is create that buy pressure for both our tokens. So we've got value on our token, plus we've got value on the NFT, because it just doesn't make sense that we don't link the two.
Okay, thank you so much. So whoever has any questions, please go ahead.
Where's my pen?
Anyone? If nothing, I'll read some questions in text, or I have a few other questions here. So you mentioned about you want like high security for your investors, and you're seeking for all the necessary contract audits.
Yeah,
So are
yeah,
you going to do it before launch or after launch?
yeah. So I've already contacted Certic, and we'll get that definitely done before launch. I'll just need to talk to Trinos and tell them to give me the contract. So we're gonna release that contract a week before, and then I'll submit that to the powers to be, and we'll have it audited before we launch. 100%.
Okay. And on your NFT in your marketplace, I'm interested. Are you going to are you going to offer advertisement spots, like maybe
Oh yeah,
featured listings or something?
100%. You have to do all that. You know what I mean? You've got to add that type of income into anything, because, like we know in this space, it lulls. It goes through high highs and then just dumps for a month and then skyrockets again. So any type of revenue is good revenue. Any type of revenue is good revenue. Also on our platform, we're going to introduce because a lot of people like different types of investments. I had one of my team members saying, oh, sorry, just let me have a quick look here. What did he want to buy? He said he wanted to invest into some type of art piece that I'm not interested in. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, so I'm more interested in real estate. That's what my wife and I do. But so we're going to introduce a vetting system. So when you hold our tokens, and we'll put out a list of investments that we're potentially going to look into, then our token holders can vote on what investment we should invest in next, and then that's what we'll go with. So that's what we're going to include in our upgraded platform.
So it's also a governance token. So that's
Yeah.
good to hear.
Yeah.
Hi, Romy.
Who is this? Murphy?
Yeah, Murphy here.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Please go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So, like, I was going through your white paper. You have mentioned NFT development currency. So, currency in terms you are going to launch some currency or is going to a reward kind of stuff.
Yeah, so it'll be a reward token. So our currency is NFT D, and on launch it'll just be a reflection token for now, 2%. Actually, for now, that's what it will be. We don't want to introduce too much tokenomics into that.
Okay. And what kind of NFT you are accommodating in your platform? So it's like simple NFT, gaming, painting, musician, or any other kind of NFT.
Okay, so the current NFT is, if you look at one of our videos, we have three characters there in shadows. Our first NFT that we're going to release, if you go to our main page, you'll see our first 1,000 that we've released, and it's just a businessman. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's got different arts. But other than that, we're still got to go down the route of how we're going to release our next set of NFTs, because it's okay. You'll get the bonus of holding the NFT, but it's not actually the NFT that holds the value, really. It's going to be what's in behind that NFT, which represents the assets that we buy.
Okay. While Romy was talking, he said physical NFT, right? So what kind of physical NFT you are bringing in?
Real estate, art pieces. We're going to have a vetting system on our new platform, which will enable all
Okay.
of our currency
Okay.
holders to
So
vote.
yeah. So when you say real time, like real NFTs, right? So are you going to have a paperwork because it's a real NFT, right? So you have to validate those NFT, then only you can put in your platform.
Yeah. Yes.
So who will be the responsible person to do this kind of a real investigation? Your organization or some kind of a paper you are keeping as a guarantee that this is a real asset or
Yes.
you are
So, well, in New Zealand, you've got to have all of the correct persons in place to carry out any type of investment. So we'll have to do that. Whether it's third party or in house, we'll have to hire that person. But that, and like I said, to buy that NFT, that real world asset, you have to KYC yourself for now. Until we expand into other countries, it's just not legally viable for a person, say wherever, to buy an NFT that's attached to a real estate or a real world asset here in New Zealand without KYCing. It's just not possible. But with regard to the digital asset side, say if we invest, we buy, say, I don't know, five Bitcoin or whatever. Well, then yeah, we can realize that without the need to get a third party involved to dictate that price, because everybody can see what Bitcoin's now worth. But for the real world assets, yes, we're going to have to hire the powers to be to value that real world asset.
okay. And when you planning to have this real kind of asset, how you looking forward for other continent? Because in a few of a continent like Asia Pacific,
I
this
can't hear you, mate. Can you
recently,
speak up?
yeah. So how you're planning to take this real kind of tokenization or your platform, where in most of the continent in Asia Pacific is illegal. So are you planning to stick your platform into some another continent with this NFT, or you are also looking to expand in globally?
Yeah. So we're going to start off. Sorry, I'm a bit loud.
No, it's good. It's good, Mr. Ruben.
Oh, yeah. So first off, we're starting New Zealand, Australia, because our legal team are entitled to work here, and the rules that are implemented here within these two countries are pretty similar. That's why we're launching here. It gives us a good starting platform to know what we're to achieve to move forward into other countries. We definitely want to go global. We definitely. You got to start somewhere though. You have to start somewhere.
Okay, so when you are going ahead with this NFTs, because I'm more interested into a real asset, so I'm just putting a question, technical question on the real asset. Real asset is something like people have taken or lease or they borrow money from a bank to buy this real assets, right? How you're going to deal with those NFTs, which is already on land, or I can say on landing with a bank or a financial institute.
We're not going to loan. We're just going to utilize our marketing. We're going to utilize our dev wallet and the money raised from our transaction fees to buy our assets.
Okay, and you, for a verification purpose,
Yeah.
you are only doing a KYC. You are not physically verifying those assets.
We have to KYC all of the investors interested in buying that asset. Yes. It's just legal. It's just legal. We have to do that.
Okay,
Uh,
and
Murphy,
yeah,
last question, bro, because I'm sure others would love to ask a question as well. Yeah, please go ahead. Last
okay,
question.
yeah, and why you choose this NFT project as a concept? Why not some another like project? Why you come up, because so many NFT projects are coming, right? Why
Yeah.
you have chosen it? What is the key point you are bringing in?
Yeah. So the main point is because the scalability, if we can achieve this, the scalability of this is huge. Um, if you look at the likes of NFT, while all of the projects that are getting launched in Solana, getting launched on OpenSea, and that they're just pictures on the internet. And to be honest, like the value is only what the buyer sees the value is. So it only makes sense that we utilize this type of method and install it into the real world, because once you install it into the real world and you start implementing something that's safe, well, then you don't need a middleman. You don't need to pay $20,000 to a real estate agent to transfer a property into your portfolio. You can do that all automated, decentralized. The money is left in the hands of the person holding the money, the person wanting that investment. If we can achieve that and make it safe and show everybody that it's safe, well, then we're on a rocket.
And those transactions will be done into a tokens only or cryptos only, not a physical transfer, right?
No. So what you want to achieve is nothing's physical. You own a house. You're just sitting in the house. It just says right now on a piece of paper that you own that house. So you just pay a lawyer $5,000 to transfer ownership to another person when you can just do that automatically. You know, you just have an
Okay.
NFT that represents the ownership of that house, and then you push send, and then you complete some tasks in behind. If you don't complete those tasks, then it gets returned. Save $5,000.
Okay. Thank you. Best wishes. And Robbie, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Murphy. Who wants to ask next? If not, then I will read out the question of Lewis here. So he's asking you guys like, what will be the initial mint target, and what opportunities do you hope to seize with the asset-based NFTs?
Is he talking about potential price or?
Mint target, maybe. Lewis, can you
Price?
speak, bro? He's
Does
not
he want
here,
the
and
price of almonds?
maybe the price of your NFTs that you're
Oh, okay.
going to. Yeah.
So when we launch our NFTs, we're gonna set them at $60.
And how many NFTs are you planning to release?
1,000 at the start.
1,000 at the start.
Yeah.
Okay. And he has it's a two-part question, and he's asking is with the asset asset listings that you're going to procure, what possible drawbacks are you expecting, or that can hinder the progress of the platform? Is it
Uh,
government regulations or something? Is it,
oh, right.
is there any other?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I see. So within New Zealand, Australia, that's why we went down the path of seeking legal aid first, because we didn't want to say that we're going to do something and then we couldn't achieve it. So with regard to regulation within okay, no, she's gone again. With regard to regulation within New Zealand and Australia, there's no issues. We just have to tick the boxes to achieve what we want to achieve. Other countries, I think, yes, it will be regulation with regard to expanding. But that's why you don't put all your eggs in one basket. You diversify and you say, okay, then we've got a little bit of a problem here in Europe with trying to obtain real world assets into our NFTs. Well, then we go down digital asset route. You don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, another question here from Biggie. So he's asking is will be there cross chain NFTs? Like, say for example, you're going to launch an
Mhm.
NFT. So for
Yeah.
example, it's 1,000 NFTs, and are you going to make it available for all blockchains?
Yes, but that's huge. That's an absolutely huge task. Everything that we want to achieve, um, we definitely have to put cross chain in. We 100% have to put that in. It only makes sense to do that.
Okay. And here's the thing. Has there been any company before that has done your concept, like combine real world assets and digital NFTs in one marketplace?
I don't know about in New Zealand. There's definitely not. New Zealand and Australia definitely not. But when you think about overseas, they're selling art pieces and whatnot represented as NFTs, so that's pretty much the same, isn't it? Except they're not pinning that NFT to a real estate or to something even bigger, which we are wanting to achieve, like what we are wanting to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Because we want to create this platform so that it's okay. We're starting off little here. I know it sounds small. We're just going to develop maybe $1 million property here, pin a pin 100 NFTs to it. But it's more than that. It's what we can achieve after we complete the success, and people can see, holy crap, these guys are actually pinning NFTs to real world assets. I can save $10,000 on fees if I just go buy one of these NFTs and then invest into this property. They're also giving back higher gains. So we're also like attacking the baby boomer generation, or the older generation that don't know how to work the
Mm-hmm.
computers and stuff. We can set up offices and accommodate a lot of people. We can just say, well, look, you're going to get 30% returns on this instead of 2% returns. But then also for us, our generation that know what the returns are like, we can invest in digital assets with regard to other tokens. We can reinvest into our token. We can offer higher reflections. There's a whole lot of things we can do.
Uh, okay. And another question from before I ask, guys in VC, if you have any questions, just feel free to cut me off. Because if not, then I'll just continue reading questions from text. So Andrew is asking, will the NFT marketplace be on your website, or are you going to develop a mobile app in the future?
Oh, definitely mobile app. So it'll be on our website, mobile app. We have to, at the moment, is like we have to find the most secure servers around. That takes time. But 100%, anything that we need to achieve, the team and I, we're butting heads at the moment. We're getting together the best plans. Like any project, you hear an idea from one of your team members, and you just think it's not up my alley. But you've got to really accommodate other people's opinions. But yes, there will be an app coming out.
That's good to hear. Okay, so Chief has interesting question here, because you mentioned earlier that the NFT that you're going to launch is will not have an initial use case,
Yeah,
but he's asking is
well, I know where we're
if
going.
it
Yeah,
yeah if you no if
yeah.
he's asking is, are you going to allow people to stake their NFTs and gain rewards from it.
Oh, nice. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting them to say, "Oh, well, was there a value added in the future?" Well, you guys will just have to find out. You'll just have to buy and find out. But I'm not going to say that one
Yeah.
because there could be. Okay, there could be.
Okay.
Yes. So in the future, we're going to put staking platforms in. We've got to really. So we'll definitely have the mobile part. You need that. You need that app. We're going to have the cross chain. You have to have that. But it is what you cross chain with. We need to have the tier 1 tokens that we cross chain with. With regard to staking NFTs and that, of course, it only adds value to the team. It only adds value to us, the holders of the token. And yeah, it's
Okay.
going to take. I'm not going to lie. It's going to take 3 months to complete this
Yeah.
task of upgrading the platform.
Yeah. So he's another question here is still from Chief. He's asking is if will the NFT holders receive a share of the revenue of the platform? Because you said here and the white paper, I noticed that you said like, where is it? 1 second. That NFT holders will receive continuous stream of revenue.
Yes.
Can you please
Yes.
explain about what that means?
So when we upgrade our platform, hence why we've got to put in a transaction fee, into our contract. It'll only be a minimal fee, but all NFT holders will gain a reflection from the sales and buys of our NFTs. Okay, so when you mint an NFT, so we're going to have 2 sections where we'll have like our standard NFT marketplace that allows artists to upload their digital artworks, whatever they want to achieve. But for the real world asset side, we'll have to create a second part to our website, which allows people to buy that. But from every buy and sell transaction, much like a token where you gain reflections, NFT holders will gain a reward of holding NFTs from the
Okay.
marketplace, from the marketplace only.
Okay. So last part from Chief, he's asking is because this guy plays a lot of NFTs, so he's
Oh,
asking is
nice.
like people flip NFTs constantly, and it will
Yep.
cause a dip on the price floor of the
Yep.
NFT. And how are you going to control that, or are you even going to control that to prevent your NFTs to die or to lose value?
Okay, so when we launch our NFTs, right, they're going to be priced at $60. You can set the price after that. After that, it's up to the holder of that NFT to control that floor. I mean, we could control it by saying, okay, then we're going to hold 800 of the NFTs. But much like any project, you're going to get dips. I can't promise that we're not going to dump it to the floor. There's $60 is a reasonable price to get in. I mean, if the NFTs dump below that, well then I can't see it dropping below $60, to be honest. The value that you've got to get added into it will come in the future, okay? When it goes to staking, you've got to think about future-based things. It'll also come into effect when, okay, say the price dumps, people say, oh shit, I'm holding this NFT that's worth nothing. Well, it is actually going to be worth something because we're going to look at rewarding the people that are holding those NFTs. I didn't want to say
Yeah.
that, but we are. Yeah.
So are you going to implement like a system where if you sold your NFTs and you like if you sold your NFTs, but say for example you're holding 5 and you sold 4, and you're holding just like leaving out 1 just to for the rewards, are you going to give them like some sort of a punishment for selling their for not holding their NFTs, like give them a lower percent of rewards or something?
No,
Okay.
we can in the future, but that's up to at the moment we're not. It's just at the moment our platform has no fees, to be honest. Our platform has absolutely no fees. The only gains that we're going to get off it is realizing those NFTs. You can trade them on our platform. You can set your new price that you want to sell it at. It'll come when we upgrade our platform. Okay, and when we upgrade our platform and all of these thoughts that everybody has, well, then we'll realize that we'll throw it into a thought page, and me and my team will nut it out, and we'll say, okay, yeah, well, that's viable, that's not viable, that works, that doesn't work. But yeah, I'm just thinking from a back end point of view, like penalizing people for selling for NFTs. Yeah, it's just like, how do we implement that?
Yeah. Okay. And here's like a crucial question for you guys, because having an NFT platform ready at launch is a very good thing, but without NFTs itself, it will be like it will defeat the purpose of the platform. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, how are you like? What will be your initiatives to encourage these NFT projects, or even the artists to come to you and list their NFTs in your platform?
Yeah. So going forward, so yeah, you're right. This initial release of our NFT platform is solely so that we can showcase what we've achieved thus far with no funding. It's, well, funding from myself, but it's also to set our NFTs on our own platform to show people we mean business. We're not out there putting our NFTs on OpenSea. You know, that's the easy route. We're doing everything properly, like what we want to achieve, and hope. So for now, we're not trying to pull artists to our NFT marketplace. What we want to do is we're going to raise more money between my friends and I, and we're going to upgrade this platform, and then we start the mega drive towards getting artists towards. So that's one part of the business. That's the NFT part. Okay, we'll get artists and we'll get them pulled into the platform. The main thing that we want to achieve is the realization of NFTs into real world assets. That's the main part of the business.
Okay, and another crucial question that I have for you is I appreciate the fact that you're trying to uh, release the platform right at launch, and uh, that's a very good thing. But will you have enough time to stress test the platform itself for some bugs or some issues? Because the thing is with platforms like this is you can only make, like I always say it, but you can only make a first impression once, right?
Yeah,
So if
exactly.
the users will have a bad experience at launch or at the first try, then most likely then they will not come back. So
Yeah,
will you have
yeah,
enough time to stress test and then test everything, and if everything is working before launching the platform?
yeah. The platform's actually been out for a month.
Oh, really?
We've,
Wow. I thought it's
so
still in the development.
no, 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 no. The platform's out for a month. My team, everybody's tested it. Yeah, I actually had like 100 bugs for the dev team to fix. It's actually been out for a while. This project's been running for, I think it's been running for about 6-7 weeks now. So we haven't just started yesterday. We started 7 weeks ago.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
But yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do you just want to talk about
Can
the
you hear
lawyer?
me?
Yeah. Do you just want to
Oh,
talk on
yes.
behalf
So
of
I've got
what you've done?
a lawyer involved. He's New Zealand based. He knows a lot about these sort of platforms, and he said that it's possible to realize NFTs into real world assets, which is what we're trying to do. What else do you need to know?
Yeah, that's about it. What about the steps? What about the steps that we have to achieve to? Do you have that on you? Or?
Oh, yeah, I do. So he's researching at the moment just the different types of law, security law, financial, etc., and how the token will be treated under the 4 financial product types, which are structure, equity security, managed investment, debt security, and derivative.
Yeah. That's all good.
there's also just talks about that we need to comply with AML and have that in place before you launch the NFT that is going to be connected to the real world asset. And anyone who buys, as you said before, needs to KYC at this point.
For the real world assets, though. Eh?
Yeah, for real world asset only. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, thank you. And question from Rufman. So he is asking is, why are you launching your NFT marketplace and Binance Smart Chain first? Because we all know that the NFTs in Binance is not as valuable or is not as sort of compared to the NFTs from other blockchains. So what how did you come up with the decision to launch the marketplace or the token in Binance first?
Yeah, just solely because that's what I've had experience in. We the team and I, we've been around the Binance. Yeah, it's full of shit tokens. I'm not gonna lie, it's absolute shit at the moment.
Yeah.
But we wanted to go down the ETH route. We could have easily gone down the ETH route, but for marketing wise, for contact wise, for the reach that we have within our marketing team, we thought, okay, it's easier for us to launch on Binance for now, as we can grow ourselves exponentially within the Binance network. The fees aren't as high as Ethereum, so we decided to go down that route. That's the only reason why we went down that route. It's because we know this ecosystem.
Thank you. Okay, maybe a few more questions before we start to wrap up. 1 second here. Okay, so interesting question from Jude. So we all know that there are already a lot of NFT marketplaces in the market, and especially in BSC. It's very competitive right now. But what do you think will be your greatest edge against competition?
Yeah. So without even having the NFT marketplace, we've got the BOM market team on board. I mean, my close friends, they take the tokens easily 10 mil. I mean, there's a project that I just got involved in, invested in last night, 600K. I think it's at about 5 mil at the moment, and that's just off the back of marketing without even building the hype. With regard to the NFT platform, we really need to implement what we're talking about here, which is the vetting, which is the cross chain, which is the app, real world assets, tying it all in. I mean, if people start seeing that, that's the edge that we can provide. We need to take it to Australia pretty reasonably fast, and then we need to see what we can do to access the larger continents. That's the edge I think that we can provide. If people can see that, then they can see a real world use case. They can see a future within crypto.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's been a nice AMA by far, and you guys have been really like answered all our questions really well. So if anyone has a final question, if you want, then speak and make it quick because we're already running out of time. But if not, then maybe Mr. Ruben, maybe you can remind us when is the pre-sale and the possible launch, and also invite the people to join your Telegram and invest.
Yeah, sure. So 30th of November is our launch date, guys. 12:30 UTC. We're going to have our pink sale. We're just going to cap it at 350 BNB hard cap. I didn't want to set it to ridiculous amounts of like 1,000 BNB and things like that, because even 1,000 BNB I think is too high. We can do a lot of damage with 350 BNB, 70% to liquidity, 30% to marketing. We've already got a decent marketing wallet. We can add to that via that. Plus, it creates a lot of buy pressure. The people that can buy into the 350 BNB hard cap will be rewarded. but also it creates a good launch price. That's what we want to achieve. Jump into our main Telegram group and keep up to date. We've got a few mods in there already. And if you have any questions, don't be shy. Just post into the main Telegram group. Appreciate you guys' support.
Okay, yeah, and one last thing, how much are you raising on your pre-sale? How many in terms of BNB?
350 BNB hard cap. Well, I've gone over this. We could easily sell 1,000 BNB. But I think if we want to create a lot of buy pressure, we keep it at 350 BNB. We can do a lot of marketing with the 30% from that. 70% goes to liquidity, and it creates a good market cap as well.
Okay, and yeah, I totally agree. And what is the max contribution per wallet?
So yeah, exactly. So at the moment, we actually had it set at 3 BNB, but I'm going to bring that down. I'll bring that down to about 1.5 BNB. We haven't released the details yet. So I sort of had a thought, because right now, without any marketing, we've got about 150 people signed up to our pre-sale. I mean, by the time we launch, we'll easily be above what I'd say will be around 500 or something like that. But I thought, well, do we raise the hard cap? No, I don't think we do. I think we just lower the max buy to 1.5, 1 BNB.
Yeah,
And solely because
yeah.
I want to create a nice chart. You know, there's nothing worse than launching at 1,000 BNB and then it just dumps like crazy, and then it just looks stupid. If we launch at 400K or whatever, it'll look nice, and it creates a lot of buy pressure from the people that didn't get in. They'll want to get in at the start.
Yeah, totally agree. Having a lot more people holding the token at launch is much better than a few one, because
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, if
Exactly.
half of those people that you have dumps on you, then that will be, or maybe like 20% of those pre-sellers dump on you, then they will
Yeah.
have more
Yeah.
tokens, correct? Like,
Yeah.
whereas if a single person only has like 1.5 BNB worth of pre-sale tokens, or 1 BNB, then
It
that
won't
that
hurt.
yeah, that would hurt that much. Yeah. So, man, I enjoyed this AMAs so much, and thank you so much for uh,
Thanks.
coming here to Phoenix Holdings and doing
I
an AMA
appreciate it.
here. Yeah, and
Yeah.
to
Appreciate it.
the people who missed the AMA, or to who came in late, Mr. Rubin, can you please give us a summary of your project, and uh, for the benefit of others that came in late?
Yeah. So to everyone that come in late, what we're a company from New Zealand. What we're gonna do, we've got a legal team behind us, is we're gonna realize real world assets into NFTs, meaning NFTs have a real world use case. That's what we want to achieve. We want to cut the middleman out, and I think we can achieve a platform where you can trade real world assets, you can trade fractional shares of assets, you can invest much like a mutual fund using NFTs without the nuisance of a middleman paying $20,000 in fees. You can do that yourself. So we're going to create an NFT platform that includes vetting, cross-chain, have an app, obviously, multiple use cases on that NFT platform. So you'll have artists that can showcase their art pieces, and then another place where we can trade our real world assets, and also have mutual funds, including real world assets, where you can buy NFTs representing real world assets. And it's good because then we can include baby boomers. We can start setting up all sorts of things to have a generational reach.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Rubin and Miss Cat and
Cat dog, cat dog,
Cat Dog. Yeah.
cat
Uh,
dog.
So, guys, if you have any further questions, please join the Telegram and ask there. I'm pretty sure their team will be more than willing to help you out. So, thank you so much for tuning in, and we wish you all the best, Mr. Ruben and Miss Kat. and the whole
I
NFT
appreciate it.
development team. Yeah, wish you all the best. And
Thanks.
yeah, have a good day, everyone.
Have a good
You
day,
too.
guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you.